Oh, there's so many yummy vegetarian options out there. You could try like lentil soup, veggie burgers, tofu stir fry. The possibilities are endless. All right, let's open the file. Case designation, the jagged shadow of atavism. We're talking about a return here, a regression to something ancient, ancestral, something primal. And right off the bat, the initial assessment is, well, it's pretty clear. This ritual he's performing, it's not about doing good. This is a new, dangerous kind of selfishness, an attempt to unearth everything that society, and maybe the self, has worked so hard to keep buried. So, we begin our descent down into the subterranean vault. And just so we're clear, this is no mere basement. It's more like the collective unconscious, a dark theater where history carries the crushing, literal weight of stone. And just look at the instrument of his will, the scepter. It's not just an object, it's a totem, charged with this raw, primal energy. A libidinal focus, you could say, pulsing with the echoes of some violent ancestral eruption. This is the tool he's going to use to channel the coming fire. And right here, this is it. We're witnessing the central event. We're calling it the Emerald Fusion. It's a psychic collision, a truly violent creation that completely defies the Nirvana principle, that natural drive everything has towards peace and stillness. So what we're watching is an act against nature itself. Take a look at the grotesque alchemy at play here. You've got the Gremian spirit, that mischievous mechanical imp that just loves to vex the priests of industry, and it's fusing with the high priest himself right there, inside the wreckage of his own cage. This collision, it births a new and frankly terrifying entity. So what's the point of all this? The purpose of the fusion? It's a verdict, a thunderous verdict against the God-sized cage of weaponized morality. It's nothing less than an attack on the cold, rigid logic that always tries to contain the uncontrollable. To really get it, you have to appreciate just how profane this act is. On one hand, you've got Wotan's creation, the Emerald Spire, a clear symbol of growth and longing. And then you have this, the Jester's parody, the Emerald Phantasm. It's not a creation, it's a spectral haunting born of a total systemic collapse. It's a failure. Now let's actually profile the subject itself. We're calling it a sentinel of failure. It's that unquantifiable variable, the ghost in the machine that simply resists being mastered. If you want to understand this thing, you have to understand its opposition to progress. Wotan's drive is like the arrow of longing, a flight towards the stars. But the phantasm's impulse is the total antithesis. It's the stagnant lead, a regression, a pull backwards, deep into the marrow, an impulse toward the stillness of just inorganic matter. Let's run down its psychoanalytic traits. First, the Thanatos drive.
Right, an impulse not toward life, but toward the stillness of inorganic matter. It's a death wish.
Then we've got the return of the repressed.
All that chaos and instinct that civilization tries to polish away, now it's threatening to erupt and crack the floors. It is a conduit for atavistic hungers, proving, of course, that no technology is ever truly neutral. It can always be a vessel for our most primal desires. And finally, we're classifying it as a forensic artifact. Exactly. It's a remnant of a traumatized age, what's left of a culture trying to find meaning in its own ruins.
So what's the actual philosophy behind this creature? We have to analyze its atavistic logic. It's all about reaching back to these primal desires that have gotten caught and trapped in the gears of our own hubris. At its core, there's a single doctrine, odium fati. It means, quite literally, a hatred of fate, but specifically a hatred of a destiny that requires you to perpetually burn, to struggle. It's a profound rejection of the transformative agony of risk. Crimson Jester and Sapphire Jester. While the archangels view existence as a geometry to be forged, the phantasm sees it as a mathematical error. Put simply, it's the spirit who denies, made manifest. It's the drowning deep rising up to challenge the fire of the spire. It is the very pressure of non-existence. So, why does any of this matter to us? This is where we issue a warning, the mockery of man. You see, with the birth of this entity, the comforting lie we tell ourselves about living in a small, safe world, well, that's been shattered. You have to understand its function. It holds up a dangerous and grinning mirror, and it forces us to look at the comfortable lies we live by. It exposes the weakness of anyone who just huddles in the marketplace of comfort.
And who is it mocking? The last man. That's the one who seeks total security, but without any of the transformative agony that comes with taking a risk. The one who desires comfort more than creation.
Which, of course, brings this whole investigation right to your doorstep, to you, the observer. And so the question becomes, are we the last man? Are we seeking comfort over the fire that creates hunger? And so we arrive at the verdict. The jester's tragic joke is now complete. A sovereign journey concludes, not with a bang, but with a haunting. And here's the punchline, the uncanny equation. The hero and the herd, it turns out, are identical in their flight from the void. Deep down, both are afraid. So, the phantasm's legacy, it's a tombstone for a god who was afraid to die. Which means the meaning of the earth itself is now being tested by the very ash it was trying to transcend. The wager continues. Can a star burn underwater when faced with absolute negation?